Hello humans, and welcome back to another episode of RD2H Road to Happiness. So if you're new here, I started this series about 3 years ago when I was just trying to transform my life and trying to make changes. And I started just to document my growth journey. And since then, I have graduated from college. I got a job at the largest investment firm in the United States. And I moved all the way to LA to pursue commercial real estate in the industrial sector in the largest market and the most competitive market. So it's been a journey. It's been a process. And at first I thought this podcast would be something that I picked up and it was a phase, right? But it's clearly not a phase because it's 3 years later and I still feel the need to record these episodes every week. So this week we're going to be talking about how sometimes our setbacks could be actually what's leading us into alignment, because this week I had a hell of a week. If I say it, and I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it out loud and it's going to sound like a hell of a week. But then at the end of the week, you know, I'm thinking back on all of the shitty things that happened and I'm like, honestly, dude, it's just another fucking Tuesday. Like, I'm so used to the storm at this point that it doesn't faze me anymore. Like, you know, the external environment can throw what it wants to throw at me. It's not going to slow me down and it's not going to, you know, make me feel any type of way anymore, because it literally feels like another Tuesday. Like, all this bad shit can just keep happening. Like, literally, universe, keep it fucking coming. I don't give a fuck at this point, because I'm just so used to the fucking storm. So, like I said, I am working at the largest investment firm in the United States, but that doesn't mean I have it yet, right? Getting to your dreams and following what you want to do in this life and, you know, reaching your goals, it's not a straight shot. You know, it takes ups and downs and it takes different phases, and I'm in phase 2 right now, but I'm still a rookie. I'm still broke. I just moved to LA. I just graduated college and moved to LA. If that doesn't say my financial situation, I don't care if I'm working at an investment firm, dude. I've been there a month. I haven't sold shit. I'm broke as fuck right now. So this week, I basically lost an entire week of work, which in brokerage is like a fucking lot. Like, I usually work like 11-hour days, so 11 hours times 5, that's 55 hours. I missed this week because something happened and then something happened and it just doesn't end, right? Like, you don't get a break. It just keeps fucking going. The world keeps turning. So Monday was Labor Day. I was studying for my real estate exam because I took the California exam this week. Tuesday I took the exam. I had to drive an hour out, and that pretty much killed my entire week. And my car right now is on its last leg. I'm literally just hoping that it lasted another year. I don't think it's going to, but I mean, I think the coils or something are shot. It was overheating. I took it to the shop. It was a bill that I could not afford. And now it's like misfiring like a motherfucker. Like, it will barely hit 40, 45 on the highway, just misfire. And it's shaking like it has fucking Alzheimer's on the highway. And I'm sitting there an hour to my exam, like, please don't fucking break down. Please don't break down. I'm begging you. Just make it to the exam. Just make it to the exam. Please, I'll never drive you out of the valley again. That's what I kept saying. I'm like, if you can get me to my exam, my car, like, please, I will never take you out of the valley again. I will take you to and from work, and that's it. Because, like, I need this shit to last. I cannot afford for it to break down anymore. But yeah, it is not riding smooth. So that was my Tuesday, and between my car and the exam, like, my entire day got shot. On the bright side, though, I did pass my exam, so if you're looking for real estate investments in the state of California, I'm your girl. But yeah, Wednesday, moving forward, I am trying to get the screen set up so that I can just start grinding out work, because the more you work, the closer you are to actually getting to where you want to be, right? And I'm in tunnel vision mode right now, like, absolutely tunnel vision. I have taken everything out of my life other than the essentials, like, that are the steps I know that I need to take to get to where I want to go. Like, I am fully in it with my dreams right now. I'm knees fucking deep. I moved across the country by myself. I secured a job that, like, really doesn't pay a lot, just enough for survival, because I'm betting on myself, knowing that I can break this market and knowing that all my hard work is going to pay off, right? So I'm so close. I've never been closer than I am right now. Honestly, like, before, I was working my ass off and I was just hoping for one day, right? And now I see what I have to do to get one day. It's like I've never been closer, yet I've never been in a more tight financial situation ever. But that's the next chapter in this journey I'm on, right? You can't skip steps, you can't avoid it. So Tuesday I'm trying to figure out this screen monitor because I have like an old Surface Pro and it doesn't want to connect to anything, and it's just Best Buy trip after Best Buy trip. Wasted all of Tuesday, but I got the screen monitor working. So little wins, right? You have to recognize your little wins throughout the week. Otherwise, how the fuck are you gonna make it till Friday? But the screen monitor kept breaking down. I got to work, little win. I come back in on Thursday, I'm like, I can't wait to get to work. Like, I'm gonna grind shit out today. I have a screen monitor, I have a new setup. Like, things are looking up. My computer breaks down. Completely fucking shuts down. I'm talking, can't even open like Safari or Chrome or any of that shit. So then I'm just like, fuck, like, I can't afford a new computer and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, maybe I should just go finance a computer. Not that I even have additional money. I'm like trying to figure out how I'm gonna feed myself here right now while I'm in this like rookie intern phase of brokerage, which is like, look up what the rookie year brokerage looks like. It's not an easy feat. So I'm just like, you know, we gotta work with what we gotta work with. Like, I can't work if I don't have a computer, and I'm fine with moving across the country. Don't care. I'm fine with having nobody in my life other than my fucking work because I'm so committed to this shit. Don't care. I'm fine with, you know, being poor and literally like struggling financially as I'm trying to break this market. That's fine. That's part of the you know, journey. I'm not fine with, what I'm not fucking fine with is having no way to improve my current situation. I'm not fine with sitting here like, boo-hoo, I'm going through so much struggle and like things get so fucking tough sometimes, and that's just life. I won't accept that's just life. I won't accept that this is just life. This is a phase as I work my ass off to get out of this chapter that I'm in and get out of like the financial just constraints, absolute barriers that are surrounding me right now. Like, I won't accept them. So I'm fine with all of the sacrifices I've had to make to be able to pursue what I'm pursuing right now, but I'm not fine with like no progress and not being able to move forward. So like my computer breaking down literally sent me into a fucking spiral because I was like, bro, if I can't work, if I can't fucking grind, the fuck am I doing here? What am I doing away from my family? What am I doing away from my friends? What am I fucking doing in LA if I don't even have a fucking computer to get to this next like step that I'm trying to get to? So I'm like calling my parents. I'm like, I'll finance it. Like, what do I do? I spent all of Thursday trying to get this new computer. It ends up being $2,000. My parents helped me out, but at the same time, like, my parents don't have it like that right now. So it's just like, great. Either way, it was a shitty situation. I either took financing out that I probably can't afford right now, or my parents pay for me, which I know they can't afford right now, but, you know, they make it work because they support me. And it's like, you're like literally seeing the sacrifices that people are making for you, and you're seeing like just the struggle, the monetary struggle, because the money's just not fucking there. And like, what's worse, taking debt out or like literally seeing your family and loved ones struggle for you to get to where you're trying to get to. And like, you know, that kind of sacrifice can't be taken for granted. That like, it has to push me to like work harder. It has to push me to get there faster, to keep my head down a little longer, to stay locked in just a little bit harder. Like, it has to push me, because otherwise, what's the point? What are we doing here? So that was kind of my week. And then Friday, I picked up the computer, I set it up. It's beautiful, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a game changer. And all of those bad things happened to me this week, right? And I crashed out on Thursday. Thursday, when the computer crashed out, I crashed out. And I was like, bro, again, what the fuck am I doing here? Why is everything against me? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the 12-hour days. I'm making the sacrifices. Why is everything, like, why are my necessities bailing out on me? Why is right when I get to a place where, you know, outside people really can't get in my head anymore, and the things people say can't get in my head, and the circumstances I'm in can't get in my head, and I'm in such a stable place where it's just like I'm ready to fucking dominate. And right when you get there, you start losing your fucking necessities. I'm food scarce right now. My car is broken down. My computer crashed out. Like, these are necessities. These are the bare fucking minimums. And like, the fuck is, like, what is happening, right? And so I crashed out Thursday, and I took a step back, and I really thought about it, and I said to myself, listen, let's take it from the beginning. The car is breaking down. It's shaking. It's on its last leg. But you know what? That's a little bit of extra motivation that when you don't feel like putting that extra hour in to take that situation that I'm in right now and say, no, we need this as soon as possible, work a little bit fucking harder, right? My computer broke down, and I'm like, how are we going to afford this? How is this working? Like, I'm, putting a burden on the people I love, but at the same time, there's no way that I could build the empire I'm trying to build right now on the fucking computer I was working with. It was never going to happen. And in fact, it was slowing me down. It was costing me hours, and it was costing me productivity. And maybe God's plan right now for me is the fact that he knows there's just no shot I could work on that shitty computer. And he needs me to be as efficient as possible to send the message I'm sending. And so my computer had to fucking break down. And yeah, for the day, it made me break down, and it was a financial struggle. But in the long term, it's going to be something that benefits me. So maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe I had to go through, that situation that day and just what I'm going through right now dealing with finances, because I needed a better computer, and he knows that I wouldn't have replaced that shit myself. There's no shot until it absolutely crashed down. I would have spent $2,000 to buy a new computer, and he knew that, and so that's why it shut down this week, because I need to move forward, and I need better equipment to do so. Maybe there's a reason for that, right? And then my food scarcity right now. I'm like so fucking broke that I'm just buying what I need. I'm looking for the cheapest meat. I got excited over $3 chicken a couple days ago. I was like, no way, bro, that could feed me for 2 days. Like, I'm going through that right now. So I've never been, I don't want to say I've never been so broke, because I've definitely been broker. But I've never been so intentional with my grocery shopping, and so intentional with every dollar I'm spending when it comes to feeding myself. I'll say that, because like in college I was probably just as broker, but I was also so unhealthy. I like could not cook, and I could not grocery shop for the life of me because I was a fucking child. So I would just literally not eat, which is not a healthy habit, and I like struggled with that for a long time. And I talked to God about it, and I was like, when I get to California, like, I don't want to live like this anymore. Like, I want to develop healthy eating habits, and I don't want to feel like there's no options for food anymore. So I get to California, I'm like even broker than I was in college, but the difference is it's forcing me to actually be creative, and like I literally cannot afford to eat out. Can't afford to like go to In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A or any of that shit. I cannot. Like, that is like would be detrimental to my livelihood right now. So I have no options but to eat at home. And what I've been finding is that I'm actually like becoming a good cook. I'm becoming a good cook, and I'm eating naturally. And so like I've been praying a prayer telling God that I want to go back to like how people used to live, because I find the modern world and capitalism and like just the way we live, I find it disgusting. I find it unearthly. I find it like just not natural. How, they're putting chemicals in our food, how they expect us to live, how society is structured, just deeply, deeply, deeply unsettles me on a daily basis. So I've been praying, and part of my journey in brokerage is that I want to use the system to escape the system. I truly believe that the only way to really gain your freedom back is to buy it. And as of right now, I'm so financially constrained that I have tons of freedom, and my life is beautiful, and I'm absolutely blessed. But until I'm financially there, I can't buy back my freedom and be able to do the things I want. I'm very limited right now. Not to say that I'm not blessed. I am so fucking blessed, and life is so good, and I could not ask for more. But I want to use brokerage to escape the system buy a fucking plot of land, bro, and just never see the world again. Like, never see the fucking world again. You won't even know I exist. I'll be somewhere out there on a horse in, like, Tennessee or some shit. But that takes money, right? That takes money. So I've been praying that prayer with God. Like, that's where I want to end up. That's where the path is going. I want to go back to natural foods. I want to grow my food. I want to, like, you know, live, like, with the earth. I really do. I want to live the way that we're supposed to with the earth. And so he's putting me through this season right now, because he's answering my prayers. And so in him answering my prayers, he is having me be really financially constrained right now, because what it's forcing me to do, it's forcing me to go back to the old ways like I asked, because I have no other fucking option, right? Like today I made homemade mashed potatoes and homemade gravy. Like, I would have never fucking done that if I wasn't so broke that I'm looking in my fridge, like, trying to get creative, like, what can I make, you know? So it's that idea. A couple days ago, I was making breaded chicken, and I didn't have any breadcrumbs, and I had already set up, like, the eggs out, the flour, and I was like, fuck, I don't have breadcrumbs. So again, I got super creative. I opened the pantry, and there's, like, some bread that's been there for a little bit, and I'm like, it's, like, not stale, but it's, like, a little bit on the older side. I'm like, wait a damn minute. Breadcrumbs. Like, why can't I just make fucking breadcrumbs? So I take the bread, and I just, like, with my fingers, make some breadcrumbs. Make some fucking breadcrumbs. Bread that chicken, fry it. I'm like, holy shit, why are we buying breadcrumbs? Why is there the need for a whole other container labeled breadcrumbs, processed, and all this bullshit, when I can just take bread and make fucking breadcrumbs? Like, you know, it's shit like that. That's like, why do we have to buy a labeled package for everything that already fucking exists? And I'm trying to get out of this material mindset and this worldly fucking thinking where it's like I have to buy everything. I started making my dog, like, food this week, because, fun fact, it is cheaper to meal prep your dog's food than it is to buy fucking kibble. And you know what? If they're feeding us bullshit, what are they feeding to our dogs? You know, they say that a lab lasts 12 years. I'm about to start giving him an all-natural diet, and I will let you know how fucking long my dog lasts, because he's 2 right now. 12 years, maybe on, like, the bullshit world food, but I guarantee you he lasts longer. I guarantee you, because I'm switching his motherfucking diet right now. And so there's, like, a Valletas. If you're from LA, you definitely know what that is, but I'm from Florida, so I had no idea what Valletas was when I got here. And I go to Valletas for the first time, and I'm like, oh my god, there's such cheap food here. Like, this is fucking heaven. I'm, like, blown away by the prices of meats. And so I've been shopping there because it's, like, very cost friendly, and so that has been a lifesaver. But at Valletas, they have like, different meats, because Hispanics eat, like, pretty much every part of the animal. So I can get, like, I've been giving him for treats chicken feet. Like, why don't we give our dogs normal fucking meat? There's pig ears at Valletas. Why am I going to PetSmart and spending fucking $10-15 on a pack of pig ears that, again, are processed and stale and have a bunch of garbage on it, when there's natural fresh pig ears at Valletas? I'm like, yo, I think I just did something, guys, I swear. So I've been doing that, and I just started today. So I got him I got him a pig foot for a bone as a snack. I bought him a pack of chicken feet, which I'm not even fucking like. Chicken feet look disgusting, but you know what? He goes to his cage and he eats it, because I can't afford to buy him treats right now. For $3.99, I could get 20 little chicken feet at Valletas and give it to him as a fucking treat, and it's good for him. It's what he's supposed to eat. And then for meal prepping, liver, nobody eats fucking liver, so at Valletas, it's $1.99 a pound for liver. I got him 2 giant pieces of liver for like $3. And then he needs I literally asked chat what a dog needs, and I got him everything on the list. But yeah, like, I'm like, if I'm trying to go all natural, and because of my financial situation, God's kind of pushing me in an all natural way right now. I find myself eating healthier. I find myself really eating just natural foods, because they're cheaper, because these companies are pushing, you know, convenience on us, and that's what it is at the end of the day, right? Like, we have created shortcuts and convenience, and we've fallen into the trap of convenience, and with that is like just cutting corners, and there's no shortcuts to life. It's figure this shit out or die. Like, literally, there's no fucking shortcuts, and when you do take a shortcut, you're just harming yourself in some way. So by being broke right now, God is putting me in a situation where I have to stop taking shortcuts, stop taking convenience, and stop, drinking the poison, and shop in a way and cook in a way that's healthy for me and my body, and the way that humans are supposed to eat natural foods. And again, it's more budget friendly than anything. It's just annoying as fuck to cook and clean all the time, but I'm getting into the habit, and like, I'm so happy I don't have a family or like kids or some shit, because I can barely do this shit for myself. So if you're doing it for some kids, props to fucking you, because I have no fucking idea. But yeah, so he's doing that to me, and he put it on my heart to do it for my dog too, and I realized it's cheaper to make my dog's food all natural than it is to, buy him kibble that is probably not the best for him and killing him slowly. So, I'm trying to get away from worldly things and worldly ideas and convenience, and do it the hard way, because the hard way pays off. The hard way gets easier the better that you get at it, and the more that you push through it, and it pays off. It makes a difference. And if you look around, most of the people that you'll see aren't even fucking trying. So when you're taking the hard way, dude, you're miles ahead. You're miles ahead, and you're like clearly doing some other shit, because most of people aren't even trying to be better. So the fact that you're even listening to this video and trying to be better, like, you're miles a fucking ahead. So going on that, and the stupid corporations too, like, I had been really hyper fixated on like old shows lately, like 1800s kind of timeline, and I learned that honey clears wounds for like disinfectant. Like, you can put honey on a cut or on something that you have, and it will literally like disinfect the wound and prevent infection. So I'm sitting there like, bro, honey, I've never heard that. Two, I'm gonna write that down. And three, another thing, like, God gives us a answer to every single problem. Like, don't get me wrong, there's tons of problems on this earth, but I truly believe that out there is a natural solution, a God-given solution for every problem that we could have. We just have to find it. We have to find that answer, but it's out there. But we, again, as humans, take shortcuts with these chemicals, with these, like, processes, with these labels to upsell something that already fucking exists. So I look into it a little bit more, and I'm like, so honey cures wounds, why don't we just use that, right? But if you go to the store, you'll find, like, doctor prescribed honey. Like, what the fuck? Doctor prescribed honey? God gave us honey to fix our wounds, and we need doctor prescribed honey, most likely because the honey that we do have is filled with, again, all of these peroxides and chemicals and shit to help big corporate. But the answer is there, and it's God-given, and then it's upcharged at fucking $16.99 for doctor-prescribed honey. In fact, it is so good for wounds, guys, that surgeons use honey, surgical-grade honey, whatever the fuck that means. But the point is, there's an answer for all of it, right? Like, dogs are supposed to have fucking liver. They need organs. God has provided a system, and we have gone against it for the reason of convenience, and for the reason of wanting shortcuts and wanting easier paths. But if you want to actually get to the road of happiness, and if you want to actually become better and become the best version of yourself, there are no shortcuts. You have to follow God's path. You have to follow the way that we were meant to live, and that's not processed foods. And that's the lesson he's teaching me right now. And that's like a hard pill to swallow, but I took a step back after all the shitty stuff that happened to me this week, and I said, wait a minute, I'm getting everything I prayed for right now. I'm learning how to cook because I'm forced to. I'm learning how to, get away from worldly, ways of this world, because I'm forced to isolate. I'm forced to struggle. I'm forced to grow. I'm forced to level up. and he's putting me in this situation because he knows that I can handle it, one, and two, that I'll level up because of it. So rather than sitting here and being like, oh, everything's going against me, and my computer broke, and my car's breaking down, and I am so broke I can't afford a fucking Gatorade, I'm sitting here, I'm saying, thank you, God. Thank you, God, because I see you working, I see you answering my prayers, and I know that this is temporary until I learn the lessons needed in this chapter of my life. So thank you, God. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me this week and what I've been thinking about. So I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Road to Happiness, RD2H. And remember that your setbacks are literally getting you into alignment. They are the little pivots, the checkpoints that you have to get to, and the redirection. So instead of looking at every setback and every bad thing that happens to you as like the world is against you, look at everything as like, how is this working for me right now? Because that mindset switch and that change in thinking makes all the difference. And that's the difference between not only getting through your hard seasons and getting through your struggles, but that's the difference between like using your pain and using the bad things happening to you in a way that benefits you, in a way that brings you up, levels you up, gets you to your higher self, and actually, brings you to a higher vibration. Your setbacks are working for you. So that positive thinking really does make a difference in your everyday life. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, because I'm just so thankful to be on the path that I'm on right now. And I find that when life is going great, it's great for a while, but I don't learn as much. Not as much things to talk to you guys about, and not as many new versions of myself. I don't find new versions of myself when things are going great. I learn my lessons when I'm going through struggles. And so I take them as blessings, because that's what they're there for. Anyway, again, I'll see you guys next week. RD2H, Road to Happiness, and let's keep building our dream lives. Bye.